40% of food in the U.S. goes uneaten. Save money, save food, save the planet. Visit Seattle Public Utilities for more tips.
Hey, this is Paul Pearson. I've hosted the R&B show Star Time since the very beginning of Rainier Avenue Radio, and after years of featuring tracks from the 50s through the 80s, Star Time now plays R&B and hip-hop from the 1990s as well. A whole half-century of soul, funk, hip-hop, and more on Star Time, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio.
This is Big Poppy, host of Jazz from the Cabinets. Join me each week for a listening tour of the first century of jazz, an eclectic mix of Dixieland, big band, cool jazz, bebop, contemporary jazz, world jazz, all jazz in all forms. That's Jazz from the Cabinets with Big Poppy on Rainier Avenue Radio, streaming worldwide on rainieravenueradio.world.
Welcome to the coronavirus pandemic. I'll take coronavirus for 100. Fever, chills, shortness of breath, loss of taste or smell. When to stay at home and isolate. Correct. Coronavirus for 200. Inability to stay awake, persistent pain or pressure in chest, trouble breathing. When to seek immediate help.
Coronavirus for 500.
Crippling and potentially dead infectious disease eliminated in the United States with vaccination.
What is the polio vaccine? I'll take coronavirus for 700.
The Daily Double! Should I take the coronavirus vaccine?
Wait. Hold up. This is not a game. It's time for serious discussions. We have coronavirus vaccines, but not everyone is comfortable taking them. Here's the facts. Based on what has been proven about vaccines for other diseases, COVID-19 vaccine may help keep you from getting seriously ill, even if you do get the virus. Getting vaccinated also may protect people around, particularly those at greater risk for severe illness from COVID-19. We don't yet have all of the answers. Get informed, talk to your healthcare physician, and make the right decision for you. This is a message supported by the Washington State Department of Health.
Rainier Avenue Radio.
Well, hello, everyone, and thank you for joining another episode of Real Estate and Money, where we talk about everything real estate and money. And I'm one of your hosts. My name is Tina Lombard. I'm with Bank of England Mortgage, NMLS 147594.
And I'm Violeta Strash with Coldwell Banker Danforth. And I see we're in the same room today.
We're in the exact same room. Yes. Yes.
Oh, so what's happening in your neck of the woods?
Everything is beautiful here in Denver. You know, we had snow last week, and so we had like maybe 4 or 5 inches of snow. And I went to Vail twice this week and Breckenridge twice this week. It's crazy. But last day of ski season. Wow. But it's around 70-something degrees right now. It's beautiful, you know, so it's looking really, really good. And so, you know, like Dee was saying, the weather is beautiful. So now we're getting into the season of open houses.
Open houses. Although my open house was raining this weekend.
Your open house was raining this weekend. Oh no. But even if it rains, today we're going to talk about open houses. And if you're a seller, what are the pros and cons of actually having an open house to sell your home? And if you're a buyer, we're going to talk about whether it's a good thing for you to look at an open house, what you should expect, and what you should look for.
And then on my behalf, a little bit about agents. Why they should be doing these open houses.
Yes.
So what do you want to start with, Tina?
Well, let's just tell everybody what an open house is. So do you want to start with that, Vee?
Sure. Yeah, an open house is when a listing agent who works with a seller gets the house ready to show people, typically on a weekend, because when listings get on the market, it's usually Thursday mornings. And so everybody's preparing to show clients open houses on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So sellers will agree to allow people in their homes. Sellers typically are out of the house while the open house is happening, whether it's like noon to 3 or 11 to, you arrange all that 11 to 4, whatever it is with your seller. Agents will do that, and then they'll send out information to the public that there will be an open house on these particular times, on these days. And that's a good way to actually showcase a home that it could be a quick sale that way. People will come in and from whatever website they're looking through and pick out a bunch of places to go check on a given day. And they can get a chance to look at the inside and make offers. And hopefully the seller will accept one of those offers and it'll be a quick deal. So it's well worth doing that. And having an open house, again, to highlight features of your home, then, people will say, I didn't know that they had this, or I like this. Didn't realize it was going to look like this. So,
So basically, the definition would be that an open house is a scheduled period of time in which each home is available for viewing by potential buyers. So open houses can attract interested buyers, or they can actually just attract your neighbors or looky-loos. But it's a way of like test driving your car, right, V? It's a way of saying, hey, I did schedule an appointment. Usually when you go to look at a house, you have a defined time in which you and your agent come in and they look at the house. But, this is a way of you to drive down the street. And if you come upon something in a neighborhood that's an open house that day, you can kind of jump out of your car and, like with everybody else, go view the house. A lot of times there's food, there's drink, what have you. So we make it worth your while to come in. But it's just a kind of an unofficial way to go look at an open house. Now, also, Violeta, if you are in your neighborhood and you're thinking about, maybe I should sell my house, and you do know that the neighbor down the street is having an open house. So it's actually a good time, if you are thinking about selling your house, to walk down to the open house, go inside, take a look at the layout of the house, and see where you should price your house, or give you an idea of what the value of your house truly is.
Yeah, and I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to the sellers. So, do you want to talk about buyers?
Yes, let's talk about buyers. So buyers, once again, an open house. An open house is a chance for you to just unofficially or just casually go into a house, take a peek at the surroundings, go inside and waffle around and see what the house looks like without having an appointment. Just going in there, whether you could be invisible while you go in there, or you can, talk to the agent, so on and so forth. Now, the first thing that is very, very, very good about having an open house is you're able to look at the house immediately. You don't have to schedule something 3 days from now. If you go to a house, you see the open house is kind of, there's nobody there, nobody's really attending, there's not a lot of interest. If you go to an open house and there are a lot of people who are going in and out of the house, that there's peaked interest and you're going to be probably competing for that house. So it's a very desired house. When you also go to an open house, you can take a look at the neighborhood to see what the neighbors look like. You drive around the neighborhood, see if they're shopping, see what it looks like, kind of get a feel of the neighborhood, and if this is something that's close to you or something that you see yourself in. So it's a way of unofficially just driving through the neighborhood, getting a feel of the neighbors, and on a casual day, on the weekend, Saturday and Sundays, or sometimes Fridays, to kind of see what it really looks like without a staged appointment. Another thing, too, if you don't have an agent, it's a very good time to meet your dream agent. So I actually saw that on the internet. You can actually meet the agent. You're the agent that is sitting there, and they're trying to help you with the lay of the land and looking at the house and telling you about the house. If this is somebody that you like, or somebody that you're drawn to, and you haven't officially really engaged with a real estate agent, it's a time to interview agents. So sometimes, Violeta, there's 4 different open houses in my neighborhood at any given time. And if you are a new buyer and you haven't committed to an agent, and you want to kind of get an idea of how everybody works, not only will you look at the house, you can also look at the agent and see if this is something or someone that you want to work with. And you get a casual way of just talking to them. What do you think about the house? And just see how they talk and relate to you. So it's a perfect time to find an agent. Now, Violeta, sometimes I do accompany the agents, and I go to the house and I offer them loan program advice, or I talk about the payments on this particular house we're having an open house on. So it's also a good time for you to talk to a lender casually. Right. Sometimes when you walk into a bank and you say, I want to do a mortgage, you're kind of treated differently, and it's more of a numbers game. And you just see them in the height of where they're working at. Sometimes you refer to somebody over the phone, and all you get is a name and a number. You don't know who this lender is. Sometimes it's a good way to actually look at a lender and meet a lender casually and see how they interact and see if there's somebody that you want to work with. So it's a great place to get information on the house, on the agent and on the lender. Now, a lot of times when you go to open houses, there's going to be a pamphlet or something there. Ask the lender, what are the payments on this particular house? So sometimes people's eyes are bigger than their budget. Sometimes people's eyes are smaller than their budget. And they walk into the house, they're like, oh, I really want this dream home. I don't know if I can afford it. Well, a lot of times the agent there may have somebody, a lender or somebody that can give you some type of payment schedule on this particular house, the taxes, the insurance, everything. So it's a good place for you to say, hey, I can afford this. I could probably do a little bit higher, or you can kind of get a lay of the land. So it's a very, very casual way to walk in and get advice from a realtor and get advice from a lender. Now, those are all the nice things about it. On the other side of it, if you do have a real estate agent and you are driving through your neighborhood and you see a house that you do like, you pull over. If you do have a real estate agent that is representing you, you don't want to go in there and start saying, hey, start talking to that real estate agent while you have somebody that is working for you. While you're at that open house, they may be looking for 5 other houses for you to look at that very afternoon. So it's not a way for you to switch real estate agents or anything like that. But if you do have a real estate agent and you do like the house and you like the agent sitting there, make sure that agent at the open house does call the agent that is representing you. Okay, because you don't know. You don't know the person, the selling agent that is opening that house. That could be their mother, that could be their sister, that could be their daughter. And if you get that real estate agent, you may get the short end of the stick. So make sure that you always get your representation. So if you do walk into an open house and you do have a real estate agent, please be very, very honest and upfront. That way, both the agents can work for you. If you don't have an agent, very, very good. I mean, if you see Violeta, you will fall in love with Violeta. You will be like, show me my house. Just show me a house. She's just I've known Violeta for over almost 30 years. I mean, we know each other. And I just love her. So where else can you have the opportunity of meeting an agent like Violeta that you don't know? There's no way you could have met her.
I know.
So that's very good. Also, if you are, looking at a certain neighborhood and you are pre-approved, if you are pre-approved by a lender such as myself, and you go in there and the realtor says, hey, I got a lender here. That's great. You can use all the information you want, but do give respect to the lender that you have, because the lender that you have may have pulled your credit, looked at your income, looked at your employment, looked at all your status, and they gave you a 3-week pre-approval. And if you just say, hey, you got a lender, I don't know who my lender is, here, I want to use you because, you're in the house. Be very, very wary of that, because you could be really shooting yourself in the foot. If you do have a lender, you do have a realtor, and you go into an open house, you like the open house, you can get your realtor involved and get your lender involved immediately. And then on the flip side, if you have no realtor, you have no lender, it's a very, very good opportunity for you to meet some people that you would never had the chance to meet.
Right.
So I always tell people, if you, there's different stages of buying a home. There's a stage where you're like, well, how much do I qualify for? Then there's the stage of, okay, I'm looking and I don't know what to do. And then there's the stage of, I want that house. I know what I want. I'm going to get it. So if you're in the stage where I don't know what to do, get yourself with a loan officer, get yourself with a realtor real quick, and find the neighborhoods that are right for you and find the price range. There's no sense in you going to the neighborhood and say the prices are very, very, very high, but then another neighborhood has better prices and the same house. So make sure you don't just go willy-nilly into an open house. Do strategize and talk to your lender, find out how much you qualify for, talk to your agent, find out what neighborhoods are good for this price range and for what I'm looking for, and then strategize to go to those open houses in those neighborhoods on a Saturday. You see balloons on the street, you see arrows, you see signs. If there's an open house, maybe there's cookies, maybe there's pizza, I don't know. But on a Saturday, if your agent has found a neighborhood that you really want to search and farm, then go to that neighborhood and look for the open houses. So that's all I have to say about the buyer side of open houses.
Yeah, and the buyers, you can sit. Don't try to do a backflip onto a bed, because sometimes it's just cardboard or something weird that's under the mattress and the bedding that you see. Just don't be jumping on furniture. But you can sit, in the living room, the dining room, take a look at the view from all perspectives. What do you see in the bedrooms? You can eyeball the size of different things, and then get you a better feel. And for the agents that are showing these people the home, you will know what their hot buttons are. Oh God, the backyard, I didn't realize it was this big, because sometimes the listing photos can make things look bigger than they are. They have different angles, and those listing photos are meant to entice you to go to the home. go take a look. And open houses, again, is the best way. And you could have a tour of homes. Tina was mentioning you can do 4, 5 a day, and then you get to know the neighborhood. Oh God, their HOA lets them do this. If you know an HOA is part of the deal. Yeah. And that entrance is overgrown. Shouldn't they be taking care of that with the sign there and everything? So you get a feel for the entire neighborhood, the community, the drivability to different things, access to freeways and amenities like shopping and all that, you'll see. And then you can go back to, hey, I like that one over there. Can we take a look at that one again? And there might be time to do that day. But firsthand look, and typically the hot open houses are immediately after that home is listed, the first weekend. So could be a lot of activity. And at times I've even had, there's specific, like Super Bowl Sunday. Okay. Who's going to be out there looking? Well, the wife is going to drag her husband out of that chair.
Yeah.
We need to move. We need to get a house. Let's go look at these houses. It's not too far. And we really need to do something. And I, as the agent showing the house, I would have, the Super Bowl game on my laptop. Or if I have access to a TV, I'll put it on there and the husband can sit and wait.
Right.
And, he'll do I'll go look during commercial. Okay. And then the wife has a leisurely time. And a lot of people will think, well, no one's going to go to an open house, right? Because people are watching game. But motivated buyers will be there.
Right.
And, so.
And that may be the very weekend to actually, to make an offer, because a lot of times, it's Super Bowl or Easter or anything like that. Their traffic is going to be, maybe cut in half to maybe a third. So if you want to make an offer, that, like Violeta said, that's the time when everybody else is playing in the snow and they're throwing footballs. You're making offers. So that's a very, very good time. It's a very good point, B.
Yeah. And, now it's spring, the weather's nice. Everybody's out doing their open houses and you can get through a transaction pretty quick. Because typically the seller, if they know it's going to be a hot home, the seller will say, we want to get offers in, we want to review and make a review date of like a Tuesday after the open house weekend. So, you as buyers, you make your offer and like rest assured that something will happen in a couple of days or whatever the deal is. It could be quick.
Well, let me ask you really quick, V. When do houses go on the market? On Wednesday or Thursday? When do they go on the market? Thursday
morning.
Okay.
And then as a matter of fact, I had a listing that went live Thursday morning. And Daniel, if you can pull that listing up, I want to show people this house in Federal Way. It's a split entry. There it is.
Okay.
Right there. And if you scroll, is it all the way to the top, Daniel? To the top. This is a property, listing. And here's Kathy's house, Tina.
Okay. Wow. That's beautiful.
In Federal Way, and then go all the way down. It'll give you some details on this property website. And then here are the different different photos.
Right there,
different photos of the house, right?
Okay. Great, right.
Yeah. And so people will come by looking at these these pictures on the listing, and they'll say, okay, it just went live. I'm going to go on the first open house available at this house.
What do you like on this house here? I know that you got an offer really quick, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so so it went live on Thursday morning. If you got a good offer on Friday, would you cancel the open house?
If the deal is really clean and it's above asking price, for example, you go through it with your client, and if they want to just say, I like this offer, let's just go. I don't want to do any more open houses. Or do an open house. Let's just go. And you could have a just listed have it crossed off on the, on your listing page and put pending right away.
Yeah. So this is my point to some people. People say, okay, well, I'm going to go to the beach on Saturday night. We're going to look at the house and maybe make an offer on Monday. It's gone, people. It's gone. I tell my people here in the competitive market, which it's about to happen again. And in Seattle or Federal Way, it's been always competitive. But if you like something on Thursday morning, you go out there and see it. Or, by the latest Friday morning or something like that, you make an offer. Don't play games. You don't want people looking at that house. If the seller is satisfied and they're like, yeah, it's $25,000 over, we can get out of here in 20 days, boom, let's go. Forget the open house. If you can get that point, that's great. But you don't want to wait for Saturday and Sunday and then Monday night and then Tuesday they look at the offers and there's 50 different offers and about 5 of them are bigger than your offer. So you cannot be lazy right now. I got some people making offers in New Mexico, stuff like that, and they're looking at houses and they take 5 days to get the application. And the agent's like, the house is gone. The house has been gone for 4 days.
Sorry. Yeah.
Right now, it is not a market where you sit back on your toes and sellers are waiting around begging you to buy their house. If you don't want to buy their house within 24 hours, it's gone. So as far as open houses are concerned, open houses are great. But if you like the house, don't wait for the open house on Saturday. If you can, try to see if you can get into the listing agent's schedule really quick with your agent and see if you can make an offer on this house. If you don't want to make an offer, then don't waste your time. But if you like this house, I was the second person to see this house. Oh, they weren't going to no open house. No, they weren't having no open house in this house. I was the second person. I put above asking price. I'm like, you got 12 hours to respond.
Yeah. For us, we listed Thursday, got a call 8 a.m. Thursday for a 10 o'clock showing Thursday, and they submitted their offer Friday. But I still had to do the open house because the offer wasn't as clean as we wanted. So I did the open house this weekend.
Good for you. Yeah.
Several.
Yes. You're just like, whatever. Yeah. No, so open houses are a big, big plus. If you're a seller and you're in a neighborhood and you want to get top dollar, the more eyes that you have looking at your house and watching your house, the better the price is going to be. Am I right, V?
Yeah, absolutely. So sellers, so we're talking about sellers now?
Yeah.
And one big thing for sellers, always encourage staging. Because if people can actually see furniture in the home, they can kind of visualize their stuff in that spot. And it just shows a lot better. And statistics show that you get more than, like maybe 5% more.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So in other words, you can't just say, hey, we're having an open house this weekend. Come on in. Actually, the seller has a bit of prepping to do before that happens, correct?
Yes. It took us a couple months because this seller is also leaving and buying another home. She had to pack. She had to pack all her stuff because as a seller, you don't want any of your personal, important, expensive belongings sitting out there for someone to walk away with, by chance. And then, and you need to get all the stuff off the counters. I like minimal. I'm a minimalist. I've told my clients, just a few things on the counter. Everything is clean. Before I had the pictures done and before it went live, I had windows clean. For example, sellers, pay attention. Any repairs that you need to do. I kind of said, the dark maroon walls makes everything look dark.
It's Dracula.
And
Dracula's blood. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's at least paint this and see how it goes.
Yeah.
And then touch-ups for where you had paintings or heavy stuff on the wall. You need to clean that up after you take the stuff down. And so patching kind of means touch-up paint. And if you don't have the same touch-up paint, you got to paint a different color. Go neutral. Always go neutral.
Right.
And so we got rid of yellow walls, the maroon wall. And all of a sudden, she's loving the way this painting is making everything look bright and light. The whole house got painted. The entire interior got painted.
Yeah.
And so that takes some time. So the repairs, for any repairs, the windows got clean inside and out. We had a total house cleaned from top to bottom. cleaning crew came in, then had the carpets cleaned. And one buyer said, "Oh my God, did they just get new carpets?" No, they were just newly cleaned. And
Yes,
it was
yes.
brand new and everything. And then you get photography in there and it's ready to show.
See, this is awesome. Yeah, I know. When I bought my house, I had chartreuse, periwinkle, and tangerine on the walls. And I knew I'm gonna get a better price for this house. But yeah, it can make a big difference. I mean, I looked at the bones and I realized I could paint it. But yeah, so if you're a seller, like Violeta says, she has a lot of experience on what sells really quickly. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. We just want to get top dollar.
Top dollar. That's what we're all about.
Yes.
And then, and I'll interject a little bit about the listing agent who works for the seller. I go around like the day before the open house starts, and I go walk the neighborhood with flyers, and I say, I'm having this open house. Just in case you see, I'm not pressuring them into coming by any means. I just say, look, I just want you to know that there might be a lot of cars coming and parking in front here. I have an open house, but you know what? Why don't you come by? I have a neighbor early entry thing that, an hour before. Come on in and take a look, because I know you probably may not be interested in selling your home, but you might know a friend that wants to buy a house and be your neighbor. Or you want a valuation of your house. There's several floor plans in this community, and this one is similar to yours, or it could be the same exact one. I don't know. I haven't been in your house, but come on into our house and take a look and see, and I can give you a free valuation for your house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, because that house sold, my next door house, the next door neighbor sold, the one across the street sold, I had like 5 people on my street. When that neighbor found out how much that neighbor got for their house, they're like, "We're selling." And that neighbor, they're all like, "You got what for your house?"
Yeah.
I'm selling right now. So, but I mean, even, just to kind of see what your neighbors are doing is always great. But Violeta has got a lot of information. She's got a lot of experience. Give her a call. But an open house is something that is a big plus. So take advantage of it.
Yes, absolutely. Now with the market, there's not a lot of inventory out there, right? So it's not going to be hard to find, all the homes that are available and your price range. Your agent will have all that ready for you.
Yeah. Quick question for you. You sold the house. Let's say the house is $780 or something. When somebody comes in at a lower price right now, what is your first response when you look at it?
If they submit a written offer, I'll say, I'll take a look, but I just want you to know, I'm getting offers at full price or better.
Yes.
And, but we'll certainly take a look, but you might want to reconsider your offer. And we're not reviewing until Tuesday anyway. So think about it. And then, I'd be happy to take it. I'll take whatever offer you give me. By law, you as an agent, you have to submit that offer, present it to your client.
Yeah, because my point is, I have some people, and it takes like 2 or 3 weeks to get them approved, and we get them approved, and they start playing games. I say you're approved for $700,000, and they start looking at house at $700,000 and lowballing them at like $650. I'm like, this is not the time for that. Don't waste your time, because you're gonna get your feelings hurt when if you go to open house, you see 50 people there, nobody's coming in and asking, nobody's coming in below asking. Be very realistic. You're not doing the sellers a favor by undercutting them. They're getting asking price plus more. So right now, if you do have somebody that, if you are approved for a loan, don't. And if your realtor says, "Hey, we're going to undercut them," find a new realtor. This is not the market for it.
Yeah,
this is not the market for it. You're going to get your feelings hurt. And then the prices of houses are just going up like crazy while you're hurting people's feelings.
Yeah.
So come in and ask me at least. If you are already approved for $700, there's going to be a bidding war, then look for a house at $650 and bid up to $700. Don't start at $700 and get mad at everybody because you don't qualify for more than $700. Be the big dog on the block and look for a house that's maybe $50,000 below your price, and then go over asking and then get your house.
Yeah, that was a point that Tina made to me quite a while ago, and it works. Yeah. Got to go below so you have negotiating power.
Yes, you're the big dog. So
yeah.
But anyways, I guess that's all the time we have now. But
dang,
I know it goes by so fast. But
always so fast.
You can give me a call 253-332-5986, and V, what's your phone number?
My number is 206-406-5784.
Great. So
thank you all for joining us today.
Yes. Rainier Avenue World. Thank you for joining. See you next time.
Bye-bye.